In this video, we'll start the cropping of our images. All right, so let's come in. I'm going to filter by the TIFF files. That's going to give me just the ones that we've edited in Photoshop. And then really it's a matter of coming in here and let's start cropping these. So I used Control T to hide the toolbar. 4:5 for this. And maybe a wide, a little wider. Or you know what, for this, actually, let's do 1 by 1. Using the guide there to give me a good indicator right along the face, like that. And then for some of this, we can do a Control-Shift-C, Control-Shift-V in order to paste the crop, if that works there. Let's hop in. We want square. And then there we go. Didn't copy initially, so I just copied that. And I'm going to rotate, so R and straighten a little bit. Like that. There we go. Do we need to, straighten this one a little bit too? So we'll do that as well. There we go. And then for one of these, we can do a little wider, but I'm going to make sure to crop this part out that we talked about earlier. And then let's rotate, or straighten, I should say. There, something like that. So you get that nice empty space there. That would be actually perfect for like a stock photo or something like that. Put in your text or something like that, but we'll that 4:5, 4:5. And then I'm going to copy and paste that cropping. So pretty straightforward for this. I'm cropping a little bit more. And for some of these, we could switch to a 1 by 1. So I like the composition here. A little bit here is kind of what I'm looking at here, and then on that side. Let's see how this looks. Will 1:1 work? Yeah, I think that works pretty well. Let's copy this, Alt, and click that. It's the option if you're on a Mac. For some of these, let's do a 2:3 to give a little more option. Go. And switch back to a 4:5. Same for this one here. So I can copy this and then paste, and it'll give us that 4:5 cropping. Might take a second for it to update here, but it should. Well, I guess it wasn't. It switched over here, but you can see it's still got not a high quality preview there. And continuing here, let's see, maybe for this one, a 1 by 1 would work. Yeah, I like that. Will 1:1 work for this? We might do 4:5. A little portrait. Oh, fix this. There we go. Let's see how that. So I want to cut out the wheels there. I don't want those in the shot. So we'll go back to 1-1 and let that cropping there. And then for some of these, probably be back to 4-5, do some portrait. Yeah. Same with this. So cropping to remove that part there that we don't really want to see. Get to see the plant in there. I can copy this. Control-Shift-V to paste. It updates here. But my display is not updating. I wonder if that's just a need to restart it or something. You can see it cuts here. It switches the ratio, but it's not actually pasting the crop, which isn't a big deal, I guess. It switches and then I can just switch to that. So it's not too big of a deal for me to worry about it, but you'll notice what it's doing there. See, it's cut that. Zoom in a little more to get the reflection there. There we go. Maybe do a 1-1 on this. So you can see her with the eye. There we go. And then you see her in the foreground too. Probably another 4-5 to get the top. Something like that. We might even straighten to this edge here. If that's going to straighten, maybe it just needs to. Yeah, you can see it's adjusting, but it's not updating here. So we're having some issues, some lag issues here. But we'll continue on and get the base of this. And then what I'll probably do is restart Capture One just to double check and make sure that everything is good to go. I like being able to see her face up there. There we go. Four, 5, 4, 5 works for most of these. I think most of these are going to be portrait. Oh, there we go. It finally updated. You can see it's updating to the full res now, which means we should see these updating as well. I'm okay with that one. This one, this was the one we straightened. So let's fix that because I think we straightened it twice. There we go. Same with this one. We'll go ahead and straighten this one. And this one here as well. Actually, let's do a 1-1 with this. There we go. This one's good, good. This is, we want to do our 4-5. Try that out. Control-Shift-V to paste. There we go. See, it's actually pasting well now. There we go. Get some of that fun effect in there, that halo filter. Oops. And then for some of these, we'll go back to doing 1, 1 for some of these. Let me copy this. It's just faster to copy and paste and then make your adjustments. And then this is pretty similar. Actually, for this one, let's do 1, 1. And then this one here, let's do an option that's a little bit of a wider. There we go. Just to give some variation. And right along the eyes there. Same with this one. 1, 1. Actually, this might work well as a portrait shot. Portrait as opposed to landscape, I should say. Same with that one. Let's paste. And then these are also going to be mostly portraits. Let's actually make this. No, let's stick with portrait. We'll stick with portrait for these. But I do want to do some squares. As I say, I'll stick with portrait. And then I switch to a square. So for some of these where she's sitting, I think the square works well. For this one here, I'm going to use that to straighten just a little bit and then crop right above it. So we'll use this, straighten just a little bit, use that to straighten, and then we'll crop right above it. We might give a square option here, actually. There we go. Same pretty much, but we'll do a little more of a portrait option to get a little more of this up here. We will do a quick little straighten, not a lot to it, but just a little bit. And then this right to the chair. Okay. All right. So we are pretty much ready to export these. But before we do that, for this shoot, we do have a few bloopers to edit. So let's move on to our next video where we're going to do just a quick pass on these. We're not going to do nearly the amount of editing that we did before, but we can still do some quick color grading and bring those up for the bloopers from our session. So I'll see you in the next video where we'll tackle that.